Around 5,000 years ago, the Lyrians and their colleagues who had been converted to the Dark Brotherhood began to reincarnate in various spots around the world. Their main objective was to infiltrate the areas of the more spiritually advanced cultures and to incite war and destruction against them. Though this took place gradually over time, the planet experienced many shifts in the ruling forces of the people. Cycles of light and dark occurred in Egypt, Greece, Europe, and Central America. The Dark Brotherhood killed, destroyed, raped, and established their rule, and then forces of light rebelled and overthrew them. This cycle happened repeatedly. Earth as a whole always maintained alignment with the light, the Supreme Being, also called Spirit of Oneness, and the Higher Council of 12. However, Earth's population has undergone many changes with respect to the balance of power. Interestingly enough, the majority of people on Earth have always believed in love and goodness, but they have remained weak and ineffectual against the intimidation of governmental and religious forces who operate for the purpose of control. The population of Earth has, for the most part, felt powerless to affect the ruling classes for a long time. This is the greatest paradox on Earth. One reason for this fear and powerlessness is the fourth and fifth dimensional astral control by Lucifer, the Lyrians, Nibirians or Anunnaki. What is important for you to know at this time is that you do have the power and ability to break free of the psychic control of these astral beings. When certain groups first came to inhabit Earth about 150,000 years ago, a large meeting of the collective consciousness, including the Pleiadians, Andromedans, etheric guides, and Devic kingdoms, was held. It was decided that a hierarchical structure would be created that would allow as much room for trust and security as possible. This was due to past experiences among the new Earth arrivals, with betrayal by members of the higher realms and deep-seated self-doubt. Self-doubt was the main impetus for the group to demand rulership. The new Earth dwellers simply did not trust themselves to make important decisions and be sovereign. Their request was met by the hierarchies, who agreed that when the time came for a supreme being to be appointed for your planet, there would be a structure of descending spiritual authority with the power to override any decision made by the Supreme Being. The most immediate structure under the Supreme Being would be the Higher Council of 12. Its membership would consist of 4 delegates each, from the Pleiades, Sirius, and the neighbouring galaxy of Andromeda. All of the members would be highly evolved light beings. Unless the Higher Council of 12 agreed by consensus with an order from the Supreme Being, the decision in question would be overridden. This way, the people of Earth would know, at least subconsciously, that they were free of the possibility of corruption in the spiritual hierarchy. There would even be a double safeguard within the structure of the Higher Council. At least 2 members of different origins would be responsible for each area of authority in the next lower realm. For example, in the area of giving instructions to and overseeing the work of the healing angels, 1 Pleiadian and 1 Andromedan would overlap in their responsibilities, and neither could do anything about which the other disagreed. This type of structure still exists throughout all of the higher dimensional offices and groups. The planetary belief in the need for authorities to rule and make important decisions for you must now be cleared. You are ready to become fully responsible sovereign beings. The existence of so much corruption in government is a product of the lack of trust and self-trust still on Earth. As the Age of Light, so-called the Age of Enlightenment, unfolds, it will become increasingly important to end patriarchal systems of government and to return true power to the people. Those who are not capable of handling this responsibility without bringing harm to others can be kept from posing a threat with a group decision-making process. No elected officials will preside. Roles such as meeting facilitator, reporter, and any others required will rotate among the members who are willing to serve in that capacity. In this way, one person or a small contingent can never assume authority over others. Author's note: in the fifth Sacred Thing by Starhawk, a wonderful utopian model is given for this type of rule, which is truly of the people, by the people, and for the people. What is needed at this time is for the people of Earth to find the spiritual courage to demand what they want. Of course, many of the well-meaning citizens of Earth have become enmeshed in the struggle for survival and have forgotten about spiritual ideals. However, most humans understand basic morality and desire love. This gives Earth a tremendous opportunity for a spiritual quantum leap at this time. The higher collective consciousness of all human beings on Earth has asked for a chance to create something that has never happened before: a planetary ascension. If it occurs, Earth and all of her people will move together into fourth and fifth dimensional consciousness and separate their consciousnesses completely from the satanic and controlling astral planes. The present, ongoing control by destructive forces is based on and held in place by two things. 1. The illusion of the supremacy of hate and fear over love. And 2, the belief that the dark is more powerful than the light. If the entire remaining population of Earth can eliminate these two beliefs and recognize and accept the 4 spiritual principles mentioned earlier, this planet will be the first ever to accomplish such a spiritual jump. In order for there to be any hope of this great event taking place, 144,000 humans must become enlightened and embody Christ consciousness. When this critical mass of awakened beings is reached, it will be the second coming of Christ en masse. At that time, 100th monkey effect will occur. A vibrational wave of enlightenment energy will move through the entire planet and its population, eradicating the lower astral thought forms and realms, and dissolving the veils that separate humans from their own inner experience of divine essence and truth. The entire population of Earth will feel this enlightenment wave as it penetrates all of existence on the planet. Planetary alignment and the inherent sole purpose of spiritual evolution will be activated at that time. If the Lyrans, Anunnaki, Lucifer, members of the Dark Brotherhood, and humans who have aligned with the darkness choose spiritual surrender at that time, they will simply join the planetary ascension and be released from the past. Those who do not choose the light will experience the destruction of the planet and will find themselves in a galactic recovery center, so to speak. They will be given opportunities for evolution and divine enlightenment, but not forced. If they request freedom to explore darkness after a certain amount of time, they will be sent to another galaxy in which that option still exists. The Pleiades, through Amora Kuan Yin. Please share.